When people ask me what tricking is, I tell them first of all, I tell them it's not parkour. Secondly, I tell them it's a martial art that is like a mixture of sort of gymnastics abilities, which is the flips and then twisting and kicking at the same time. I started about 7 years ago tricking. The official name of it is martial arts tricking. It is a martial art. So it is, there are moves in there that are, you can hurt somebody with, but for the most part, you don't really use it. But it is based on martial arts. Most of the things have kicks in them, which in ridiculous circumstances you could probably use, maybe, I don't know. Martial arts was my life. It was what I knew I wanted to do. Like, it didn't take me very long to figure that out for myself, I go to karate class at night and then I'd hate going to school the next day because it wasn't karate. When tricking was introduced into that, my passion for it just sort of intensified and became this whole different thing as well. Because it's totally different than what normal people can do. They're kind of setting the stage for the future of human physical ability. I mean, some of these guys doing 12 flips on one foot consecutively. It's incredible. Tricking, when you start doing this, it just sort of engulfs everything. It takes up your thought process when you're doing nothing. Like, you're just sitting around somewhere. Oh, what am I thinking of? I'm thinking about new combos. You just get really excited over what everyone else is doing. It's amazing. I mean, it's awesome. I love it. I'm in college right now. I'm a communications major at ASU at the Hugh School of Communication. At this point in time, the ideal situation is I move out to LA in a year and a half after I've saved up a lot of money, get my SAG card, and then start doing stunts, like stunt choreography for films, because that's what I've always wanted to do. That's what I've always known that I wanted to do. I mean, I love movies. It's like a whole different experience. Like, you get to just for a moment, like, escape your current reality when you're in the movies. And I've always wanted to be part of that industry, and I don't know. All I know right now is that I have to train and get ready because it's tough out there. I mean, I don't want to come back after having given it the old college try with my, tail between my legs. That would suck. And then I'd probably have to settle for a desk job, and I'd probably want to kill myself at that point in time, spoon my eyeballs out of boredom. So I'm gonna try to avoid that. I was with my buddy Spencer, who I had met a long time ago. We were tricking in the summertime in Arizona, and we realized, like, oh shit, we can probably do something with this if we really train. I mean, we're pretty good. So we decided we were going to start setting up training schedules and whatnot, and we just went to town, and for the last, 2 years that I've been training consistently, I've noticed, an insane amount of progression. I mean, from where I was to where I am now, it's the most rewarding thing. I mean, I know the best feeling that I can think of if anyone were to ask me is that, what's your best feeling that you get whenever you do something? Well, what gives you the best feeling in the world? And I would just probably say landing a new trick, because it is a symbol of progression. It's leveling up, It's like a video game. The more hours you put in, the better you're going to get, the more moves you can do, and the cooler it looks. In terms of training, there's also mental training, like watching YouTube videos, in which case I'm watching hours a week. I learn by watching, and then I just go out and do. And if I can't get it the first time, you just gotta keep trying it. And then once you do that, you sort of eventually get it, and that is the best feeling. Because you just essentially taught yourself how to do something. Like, in school, everything is like, you have somebody telling you how to do something, you have a book telling you how to do something, but with tricking, you have to figure it out for yourself. Like, yeah, you can have a model for how you should do it the best, but yeah, I mean, you are your own instructor. That's all training is. It's putting in the time putting in the thought process, you know, watching those videos and then just trying. Because a lot of people, they fail because they don't want to try, they don't want to fall. That's a huge thing for people. They hate falling. I don't know why, because I fall harder than I would even want to, but you know, with every fall, you gain something up here. It's like you figure something else out. It's all calibrating your body and your brain and how it works together. In Arizona, I think we have like 70 people on the Arizona Tricker page. It's very easy to get into because the community on the internet is so connected. Like, you can befriend any tricker, and if they see that you're a tricker or something, they'll of course add you, and you can find out, you get news about the community through them. A lot of us use Facebook, I mean, because we all want to know what's going on within the community. We're always really interested to see, you know, who landed what, who's pushing the sport forward, in what way, and what, you know, what new styles are appearing, all that stuff. Everybody wants to know about those things. Chris Bilolua was one of the first guys to do really a lot of the variations that people do nowadays. I was fortunate enough to find out that he moved out to Arizona. He's also kind of started the whole spinning revolution. I mean, he was always known for his ability to just spin. You know, his double B twists were done with ease, his double corks. You know, he's one of the first to land double cork, if not the first, I think. He's changed my style. We've worked together on, you know, both of us training together, cleaning up everything, you know, trying to just look as good as possible. A lot of people are twisters, a lot of people are flippers, kickers. There's people who love doing power moves. That's really how, it's basically like the majority, the thing that takes up most of your tricks. If those are all a certain type of trick, then that's the kind of tricker you are, sort of, and that's one way to do it. But I mean, and then you have your all-around trickers, and in my opinion, those are the best guys. I mean, you got the guys who can twist, kick, and flip consistently all the time. You know, like Danny and Anis and Jeremy and those guys out in White Lotus, you know.
My name is Travis Wong. I'm 26 years old. I've been tricking for about 10 years and doing it professionally for the last 4. I'm the host of MTV's Ultimate Parkour Challenge, the MC for the Red Bull Art of Motion, and the owner of the White Lotus Martial Arts Center. It's the first studio dedicated solely to tricking and parkour. You know, we're the first one in the entire world. In gymnastics, you have a standardized judging system. In skateboarding, you have a standardized scale. In tricking, it's all about creativity, individual personality, creativity in your movements, and basically just trying to create something that no one else has done before.
It's a lifestyle more than anything. The people are great, you know, you gotta go to gatherings, you gotta meet people, like, and, you know, it's an outlet for everything, like for normal school life and whatever.
My name is Nick Vale. I'm from Colorado. It's not a hobby. It's definitely my lifestyle, because I'm so ingrained in the history and all the elements of tricking. It defines me. And so I'd say it's my life. That is what tricking is. I live for it.
A lot of people use tricking to sort of forget about things that are going on. You know, it's sort of a good therapy. You know, when you're stressed out, you can go to the gym and release all that stress.
I grew up watching watching the Kung Fu movies. I saw the Kung Fu masters in the movies flipping, and I was like, that's what I want to do. Luckily, I went to a school and my instructors were into the acrobatics, and I just watched them and I was able to learn from that.
I mean, literally moves are created every single day, which is so unique about this sport right now. I mean, in a lot of other sports, you're trying to learn moves that have been around forever and try to perfect based on someone else's style or a way that's correct.
You can plan out a lot of combos, you can think about them in your head, and you can prepare them and you can master them. But a lot of the times what we find is, because doing combinations is all about riding momentum. You swing a leg so that you can create this motion, you land in a certain way so you can jump this way and kick over there, which then you follow where your body's going and you keep, you ride it, you ride the wave. And I've always found that the best way for me to figure out combos is just by not even really thinking about it and just seeing where a trick takes me. We're all sort of engaged in the same thing. We all have the same goal, and that unites people. Like when everyone else is trying to better themselves and, excel at this one specific art form that you all enjoy so much, it's just it binds everyone together, like it's good.
I want to influence and give back the way that I was given to, because some of these guys are like family and they've really shaped my life, and so I want to give that to new trickers, to younger trickers.
I just want to continue to support the art and move it forward, make it climb into new heights, you know what I mean?
I could trick here, I could trick at a park, I could trick at a beach, I could trick at a martial arts studio, Tricking is really universal and it's bringing people around from all over the world.
I feel that's my opinion. I don't know about other people, but tricking to me it's awesome. Like, who wouldn't want to see you like do a bunch of flips and stuff? Like, it's cool. I felt I did really, really good. Had my head in the game. Let no one else, take my night away.
Tricking in the future is going to be a lot about battles, and the more battles, the better, obviously, because it's going to show like, oh, it's a competitive sport, but it's fun, it's crazy.
These cats are going crazy. I've been tricking for 19 years. I know the wear and tear that it has on the body. These guys are putting their bodies on their lines. They spend hours and hours at the gym to hone their skills. It's not something that they take lightly, you know what I mean?
To be a tricker, It just means, I guess, like fearless. You gotta be fearless. You gotta be willing to try stuff. It's hard, but at first, after you get into the flow, you break it in. It's a lot of fun, and then you start to. It's a part of you at that point. So it's like something you can never get rid of.
I don't know where tricking is going. We're like a lot more people are getting into tricking, and I'm pretty amazed at what I saw this evening. When I was doing it, it wasn't that intricate. You know what I mean? People weren't jumping as high. It wasn't so much raw energy, but it was still pretty. It's fascinating to watch it change.
Oh, the future for tricking is extremely bright. We have so many amazing individual kids as well as females that are on the rise right now. We're trying to implement it in everything from commercials, film, and television. I think the sky's the limit right now.
We're seeing battles popping up. We're seeing people that are actually like able to make some money doing it, make a career. You know, Anis and all those guys are out here, like they're doing their thing out here.
A lot of people say that trickers who get jobs for tricking are sellouts, but I mean, I don't know, they're just the ones succeeding at what they want to do.
I see tricking going mainstream because when you see it, I mean, come on, this is some cool stuff. Like, it really is.
I don't know, anyone that like I show it to, they're amazed by it.
You know, $1,000 was on the line and somebody went home with $1,000. You know, if there's a tournament like that every month, you know, you can make a bit of your living on tricking.
I really feel tricking is a way that I can express myself. Like, if I get like in trouble by my mom or my dad, or I do something wrong, or I feel frustrated or disappointing, the first thing I do is just go straight to tricking. Like, tricking for me is a home away from home. When I'm down, I go and I trick. Even if I can't land a trick, I try it and I try it and I try it till I get it or till I've accomplished it.
My son started tricking maybe 3 to 4 years ago, just in the living room with no trainer. One day we found him doing backflips, and then from there he just loved it. So then we got him trainers, and then we took it to a different level.
My goal for tricking is to just be the youngest, best tricker I can be. Like, I really don't want to compare myself to anyone else. I just want to compare myself to myself.
He got a world title a couple of times at the US Open. He travels all over the country now, and he just loves it. He has a passion for it. I work with him, my wife works with him. I mean, I don't know how to teach him those things, but I know how to push him. You know, so yeah, it keeps us together. You know, sometimes we bump heads, but you know, it's part of the process, you know.
What I'm gonna do with that money, I don't know. Just save it. Like, I don't know, take my parents out to dinner or something.
Oh, he'll probably spend it in electronics, you know.
The White Lotus closing gathering was, you know, it was the end of White Lotus, which has for a long time sort of been one of the many meccas of tricking. It's been huge. I mean, all the best guys train there, all the guys out in LA. You know, it's a huge representation of the sport itself. Travis has used that building to, and the name, you know, the idea of White Lotus to bring tricking to a whole new level. I mean, people are starting to actually recognize what it is now.
Sometime soon, there'll be a world championship of tricking.
Talkhead.com is going to be an online platform that brings all creativity and talent to one place for everyone to experience. And it allows creative people to showcase themselves, monetize themselves, and market with other creatives within the creative community. When I first saw Steven, I met him at a restaurant, and you know, one of his friends came up to me and told me about him, and I didn't believe him at first, and Steven came up and introduced himself. And he took me out to the parking lot, and he did 3 flips on concrete that were just mind-boggling.
He's so cool because he just comes out. He's like, "Hi, I'm Steven." He's like, "I do tricking." It's like it's gymnastics, acrobatics, and martial arts. And I'm like, cool, so what do you do? And he's like, hold on, we're in the middle of dinner and there's multiple people around these waiting tables. Walks over and just does this crazy back spin flip, and it gets back to what he was doing.
Creativity comes in all sorts of forms, and it comes in the forms of someone who, like Stephen, for example, who can defy gravity and launch himself into the air and do 6 flips and then somehow land on his feet. I mean, that to me is true creativity.
There's all these different creative forms around the world that are often kind of not recognized as much as they should be. The amount of athleticism and talent that it takes to be able to do what these guys do is just insane. You know, I was out there trying some stuff the day that we did the shoot and I almost broke my neck. It was kind of interesting.
So whether it's, you know, tricking or painting or modeling, it's the passion that really brings it to life.
When Stephen's able to showcase himself on our site and people get to truly see his work and what he's capable of doing using a lot of our tools that we used for him to showcase himself, there's no doubt that he's gonna do quite well on the website.
What I want to do, I just want to get better for myself. Like, it doesn't really matter to me how many people see my videos. Of course, I love people seeing my videos and telling me I'm doing this and giving me advice. But I don't know, it's more important that this is what I want to do, and I'm going to do it because I want to do it. I'm going to get better at tricking, and I'm going to go out there and I'm going to try to sort of make my way into everything.